Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hardcore Heroes. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing okay. I got back. Today's Sunday, right? Yeah, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
I got back 2 days ago. I started sleeping again properly, but like I think I'm still in the kind of that recovery state from the last stretch crunch. Just trying to finish all my stuff.
Oh, so you're back at home on the coast, not deep inland?
Yeah.
Got it. Nice. What about you, Nick? What have you been doing?
I'm all right. We hung out and watched the election together. I was saying to you before, Neal, but I'll say it for the sake of chat. I almost feel relieved now that Brexit's definitely going to happen and Boris Johnson's definitely going to be in power, because it's like, don't need to worry about it anymore. There's no point trying to fight it. Just let it wash over me.
Didn't Corbyn run on like being basically neutral about it?
Yeah, essentially.
Which is kind of a weird stance to take.
He said that they'd have a second referendum and that he would not campaign in the referendum. So he'd stay neutral on whether we should leave or remain.
Oh, that's more reasonable. Okay.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. I talked about it for like 6 hours on Thursday.
That's fair. I get it. The elections was what prompted me to send you that image. The Ireland invading the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Let's talk about where we last left off. I believe we did some adventuring in, what is this place called? Fortune?
Yeah, it kind of got all a little
bit in Fortune. Not a whole lot in Fortune. We avoided Fortune as much as possible.
Yeah.
We scryed on Darth only to find him captive by vampires in Fortune. And so we thought, we'll just get him out. It'll be real easy. And so ensued the twisting and turning adventures of trying to save Darth, ever increasingly dangerous places.
I had the most ingenious plan. Because there's a spell that lets you summon people, and we thought, well, why don't we just summon Darth, and then we can send him into the ethereal plane so that he can't be teleported back to his cell.
Yeah.
Because you can only summon people who are on your plane. So then easy peasy, it'll just break the spell and he'll be stuck with us again. And then it not only didn't work, it didn't work so hard that he went back to his cell in the ethereal plane. So he was trapped in a cell and also trapped in a different plane of existence. So at that point, Malachi and Van went into crunch time and started like trading favors at the local church to get spells that we desperately needed to try and do some interplanar travel and save Darth's life. And then we did some very dumb stuff with dimension doors and etherealness and managed to yank Darth out. And then
And you saved him.
We got him back to the mansion, still in the ethereal plane.
and then Nick learned a new spell. We put him into like suspended animation so he wouldn't starve to death while he was trapped there. And then Malachi learned a new spell and banished him back to the prime material plane.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And then I went to talk with Count Vicious using a projected self illusion.
You stared him right in the face.
May or may not have got myself charmed, but agreed to give him back the Philosopher's Stone in the crown, which I did. Just to reveal my master plan, right? It's useless to me in the crown. Malachi can't risk getting the stone out of the crown. So we give it back to Vicious. He removes it, takes all the risk. I'll just come and get it back later.
He's never going to take it out himself.
He will, because he needs it for something else, right?
He's got an eternity on his hands. He'll just have somebody else do it and blow themselves up until somebody finally figures it out. Then he'll kill them and take the thing.
But sure. But what I mean is that he'll get the stone out of the crown, though.
Eventually. We might be dead by the time he does it. It's not like he's in any rush.
I don't know. I think he might be. I think he needs it for something. I'm not sure what, but...
I mean, he's already made some sort of pact with the demons. Doesn't seem to give much a shit about him. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we can ignore him for now anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a shame. He could have been a useful ally in killing the weird hive mind thing. The
butthole.
Can't trust him. Whatever the thing that's like eating people's fingers and toes is.
Well, we're gonna find out because you're about to time pool it.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
Are you ready for some time pools, Neal? I hope you have your notes on like half of the world's events.
It's gonna be so great. McTacky,
to be fair,
get Word open. Let's go.
You're so old. No one uses Word anymore.
I use Word every day.
Oh
I
my
use
god.
I use
It's fucking
LibreOffice Writer. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you guys are in your house.
Yep.
I think
Darf
so-
is in the church. Because I took Darf to the church because he was like pretty dehydrated and starved.
Mhm.
And like Vanna's healing magic, and I think I actually have something for that kind of thing, but I didn't have anything memorized, so I just took him to the church so they could take care of him.
Yeah.
Dispelled the charm on him.
Oh yeah, we could try and time pull what happened to Georg after we left as well.
Ooh, I could say show me the death of Georg, and if it doesn't work, that means he might still be alive.
Neal's getting increasingly more uncomfortable. All right. Well, we need to talk about what we're actually going to do next. So,
Yeah.
at some point, maybe we'll meet in the tavern, as so many of our adventures start. With Darth, actually.
Wait, why do we need to go to a tavern? We own a mansion. Like, surely we have like a nice little tiny spot in your like cellar spot with some wine, right?
Yeah, sure. It's nice to go to the tavern though, but we can drink at home if we're going to have some important discussions, I suppose. So
if you're
we'll,
going to be talking about revealing the secrets of the universe, it might maybe behoove you to do it in a secluded location.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we've just finished dinner with Jeeves and Darth and what's her name?
Miss Muffin.
Rosie. Miss Muffin has served us a great dinner. And now I stand up and say, Jeeves, Darth, shall we retire to the smoking room for a glass of port and a nice cigar, and we can discuss business. And I will lead us into the smoking room.
Lovely. You all head into the smoking room. Jeeves produces cigars for those that want them, and silk smoking jackets for everyone. You get settled into your nice big cozy leather chairs.
Yes.
Some tea is brought for you, and the promise of biscuits on the way.
Very good.
And the three of you sit while Jeeves, serves as needed and refills drinks as needed.
Yeah. So I guess taking a sip of my tea. Beautiful brew, Jeeves. So Van, now that we've rescued Darth, perhaps it's time to turn our eyes to the Shadow Mountains and these crystals that we need for your spell.
Possibly. We don't have much time. We should get a move on with that.
I agree. Yeah, haste is important.
But first, would you like to spend a week learning some very important secrets, Malachi?
Yeah. Well, it does. It does help to be informed. What do you have in mind?
What do you want to know?
What do you mean? What can I know? Anything. Well, why don't you start with what's in the center of Heatstroke?
We could try and see its birth. Oh, I don't know if this would extend to something on another plane. Anything on this plane, for sure. If it happened on this plane,
Yeah.
we're good. On other planes, I'm not. Maybe.
So do you need to come up with like a question to be able to?
I have to come up with a demand.
Yeah.
Show me a thing.
So we could say, does it have to be in a historical event, or can it just be a current?
It can be. It doesn't have to be a popular event in history, but it does have to be an event that happened.
Yeah.
I have to frame it as an event.
So we could say
it could be something that I know. I could say, show me the death of Corny. And I would,
yeah.
even though most people don't know of that, I would be able to see it because I do.
What about show us? What did you say? You got that riddle again? Of the thing in Heatstroke?
I don't. It's on my other computer.
Something
I have it
fingers
in my
and toes.
chat. Yeah, I have it in my chat log with Neal. Let me pull it up fast.
But you could ask to see the thing to which the riddle refers, or the
Toes.
creation of the thing that the riddle refers to.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to find the riddle really fast, and I just tried searching for toes in my DM log with Neal, and that didn't work.
Unfortunately,
So-
there's plenty of hits.
But it's not the ones we're looking for. So
Right. Those toes are in another castle.
yeah, that was a
Okay.
weird night.
Mixaki sent it to me. Okay, here we go. The ravenous cannibal born in a land where dragons cannot fly. This person's heart was fickle and more, yearning for what they most deplore. The colony ever grows, feeding on hands and toes. It commands and devours, but beware its magical powers. So we could ask to see the creation of the demon colony in Heatstroke.
Ooh, that could be useful. Yeah, I was saying we could try and see the birth of the creature. I mean, I've told you at this point the story about there have been two worlds before our own.
Yes, I've heard this.
I'm thinking that this creature was one of the creatures that was unhappy to be abandoned by the gods.
What, and followed us through the shadow portal?
Became a corrupted demon plane.
I've not been
its
to
revenge.
Heatstroke, but the things you described that came across the fleshy ground aren't the same things that we fought at Mr. Rapids. Are they? It's different type. The ones at Mr. Rapids.
Well, I assume that there's more, right?
But everything that came through seemed to be like a shadowy monster, whereas the stuff over there doesn't seem shadowy at all.
You saw them too? Says Darth.
So what?
The shadow people.
Oh yeah, no, I ripped one out of somebody.
Yeah, we definitely saw the shadow people, Darth.
Yeah, no, I think they can be both. Maybe they turn into those after they possess people.
Well, I'm just thinking because remember the portal in Heatstroke in the shadow plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The things that we fought on the other side of that portal, albeit it bathed in shadow, seemed more similar to the ones that are currently now inhabiting Heatstroke than the ones that followed us, that we actually saw Congar lining through the portal into Shirebrook. So what if there's another portal in Heatstroke like that goes to the real demon plane, and they've somehow, that's why maybe these shadow guys have gone to Heatstroke and opened that portal and allowed the real demons to come through.
It's possible. I'm hesitant. I'm not sure if the plane of shadow exists for each of the major planes. Does that make sense?
It seemed like the plane of shadow. The one
I assumed
that we were in.
Did we even know it was a different plane? I thought it was just.
Well, it was like, yeah.
It might have been a different
landscape.
location in the same plane.
It could have been, but I remember doing an in check at the time to say, does the mountain range here look anything like anything I'd know about? And it didn't.
Could have been in Solemn.
Yeah, it could have been in Solemn, that's true.
Dark things are going on in Solemn. If the Shadow Realm is a reflection of the physical world, then it might be that the rise of the demon army in the Shadow Realm coincides with the rise of Barassi in Solemn.
Yeah, well, it seems likely, right? Malchus and Barassi working together. One conquers Solemn, one conquers Arcadia.
I don't know. I don't think Malchus was looking to conquer.
But hey, maybe your spell should be able to answer this, right? So why don't we can cast it multiple times? So we could ask, show us the creation of the demon colony in Heatstroke. Then we could also, if that doesn't work, we could say, show us the arrival of the demons in Heatstroke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we should learn that.
We could say, show us how the demons in Heatstroke were created. Like, did they come through a portal or were they born here?
I was going to say something like, they congregated into Heatstroke, right? Because they didn't arrive from there. They came in through Shirebrook?
They came in through Shirebrook and then they congregated in Heatstroke, yeah, but
they have to be coming in through it now.
Yeah, the flesh didn't. Well, unless they're being birthed by the flesh. But I can't. No one's been able to clairvoyance on Heatstroke because of some sort of scrying protection. So this time pool may be the only way we can actually see what's going on there.
Well, if they were able to scry on it when the demons first arrived. Okay, what do you think we should refer to this creature as? The one referenced in the riddle.
Either the ravenous cannibal or as the ravenous cannibal, and then the second verse refers to the colony. I believe they're the same thing, but maybe not.
Okay. All right, let's get out of the smoking room. This is it's gonna muddy up the water too much. We won't be able to see clearly enough.
You're right. Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, so we head to the drinking room, not the smoking.
The drinking room. Yes.
All right. You make your way into the drinking room.
I'm going to fill up a small basin with some clear water, and I'm going to wait for it to settle. And then I'm going to cast a spell and say, show me the arrival of the ravenous cannibal in Heatstroke.
Boom.
Okay.
This is why you don't let characters get to level 9, Neal. You've had plenty of chances to kill us.
Yes.
Hey, you've been level
have.
9 for months. You've just been breaking all the encounters. Now I'm going to break the fabric of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, show me the arrival of the ravenous cannibal.
In Heatstroke.
Heatstroke. Do you have a link to the text of that riddle?
I can send it to you.
Would you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Perfect.
So there's a chance of success here that we need to go over this. So because I have 17 wisdom, my base chance is 60%.
Yep.
I don't get I can view an event multiple times and I get like a 20% bonus if I viewed one before. That doesn't apply here. And then I can get one bonus from one of these following: 20% if I participated in the event, 10% if I'm well informed, and 5% if I'm slightly informed.
I think you're probably slightly informed at this point.
Yeah,
You've got
I know
one
about
riddle.
it. I don't know much about the specifics. So,
Okay, so we got
I have a 65.
Perfect. Give us a D100.
Wait, wouldn't it be 75%?
Nope.
It's wisdom 17? No?
Yeah, so I go up to 60. It's base 50 plus
Oh.
10% for my wisdom plus 5%.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Are you rolling low, Sean, or high?
No.
I'm not rolling anything right now. Nick, roll for me. I need like a solid minute to sign into Roll20 here because I have to go through multiple apps to get this to happen.
I'm writing. This is on behalf of Vanna, right?
7.
Nice.
All right.
And we all see this, right?
Waters-
It's like in the water.
Yeah, it's like a magic mirror essentially.
Wow.
The waters ripple from the center despite having no contact. They become murky, sort of bubbly. You know when water comes out of the faucet and it's sort of opaque and it looks like there's some whitish fluid, but then the bubbles just sort of disappear. It gets that like lots and lots of little bubbles throughout the entire thing, becoming almost milky or creamy. And then the very center of it begins to clarify again. And you have this 45-degree angle down view, the pyramid in Heatstroke. And there is a large brass dragon. Bronze dragon? They're basically the same color, you know? One of those two. It's a little hard to see through the waters.
Mhm.
And it is crawling along the edge of the pyramid. You can see it's got one sort of like demonic monster in its teeth. And as it crawls up the pyramid, you can see other little demon creatures on the side, sort of hiding from it, crouching away. The dragon crawls all over, looking for things to eat, eventually crawling down to the base of the pyramid and beginning to put its head inside. You can see steam coming out as it probably uses some sort of breath weapon. Some sort of gas flows out, and that's when, from all around it, dozens of these demons leap on it. It tries to pull its neck out, but something is caught on the inside. You can't quite see it. And the dragon struggles under the weight of the creatures on top of it, its head trapped inside the pyramid. Eventually, its thrashing slows and stops, and the creature lays dead. And then you see the demons begin to munch on it and eat it and continue to eat it. And the demons grow larger. They shapeshift. They start as these fairly basic, ordinary warrior type demons. And then they begin to shift, growing like long arms in multiple directions, and then shifting again and growing taller with wings, and then shifting again and taking on another form. And then the 5 largest of these demons, having consumed most of the flesh of the dragon in a matter of hours, consume each other until there is only one who is now just this big blob of goo who takes up residence within the chest cavity of the dragon and begins to spread out and crawl along the ground, crawling up onto the pyramid. And as it takes over the entirety of the structure, you can see it shifting the remains of the dragon along it. And that's when the time pool vanishes.
Oh, shit. So that looks... That's the source of the flesh, then?
Yeah.
Do we know which dragon that is?
That was probably Sky.
Which one's that? One of the bronze dragons, right?
The bronze dragon that we saw in the flesh heap before when I tried to scry. I told you about that, right?
Yeah, no, I recall now.
That's the dragon's name, Sky. I never met that one.
So that dragon is allowed... They seem to gain power by eating each other. I guess that makes sense. And the dragon was so powerful that it allowed them to form into this thing. Okay, well, maybe if we can blow that up.
I still like the idea of an artillery run from the airship.
It's a good idea. I think it's gonna happen there. There's it's dangerous up there. You'd have to... I don't even know who you'd have to convince. There's these weird 3 ghosts that follow everyone around who cast any magic. And they look like they would be very, very powerful. And I'm not really sure you can talk to them. I'm not really sure. It's a strange place, Van. I wouldn't recommend it. We could fly over there and drop some fireballs on it or something like that. But I'm not sure that's going to be the wisest move. I think we should still focus on getting our containment in place.
Yep. No, yeah, definitely. We want to seal it first, because that gives us more time to figure out how to kill it.
Yeah, right, exactly. Plus, I know you never know, right? Like if we cut it off from like grass or whatever other organic matter around Heatstroke, it may eventually starve itself out or something like that. It's possible.
Perhaps.
Do you
But
have
if it
any
can
more,
go back, if it can go back through the portal, then I think it might just retreat to its own plane at that point.
Yeah, do we think it came through the portal? I guess we don't know that.
Don't know.
So the demons at the start, Neal, that the dragon was eating, were they the same type of demons that we fought at Misty Rapids?
Mm-hmm.
The shadowy ones, the ones that
No. These were
the physical ones that were really solid and hard to kill.
Yeah,
So
physical ones.
the
With the bits
form,
of bones jutting out of them all over the place, and the
After
phantom
they
broken
transformed,
wings.
did they still look shadowy or not?
No, none of these looked shadowy at any point when you were observing through Time Pool.
Okay. And did they have Misty Rapids? No.
I mean, that's up for you to remember or misremember as you will.
God damn it. I'm going to be struggling with this for a long time. Alright, Van, can you cast any more of those today, or...?
Not today, no.
Right,
So our next plan's to go to the mountains and hopefully not have to fight the Shadow Dragon, because that would be very, very bad.
I think we should head to Roxas first to recruit a dwarf that could perhaps show us where to look for the crystals, because we
Don't we need to set up a circle for them first?
I think, don't we already do that? Set up a circle in Roxas? We've already got a circle in Roxas, but what I mean is we'll need to find the location of the crystals first, so if we bring it...
We know where they are. They're by Lake Mysterium. I think we were told as much as they knew. So I think we need to find the crystals and set up a circle to teleport from there.
Do you not think... Okay, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that is the plan, but I don't know if it would be easier to find them with somebody who knows what to look for. They may be deeper than the rocks, rather than just obviously on display. Like, we know they're in this area, like down here, but... Maybe we can go. I've got a circle. Maybe I can go, or I can project self and talk with someone there and ask if anyone would be willing to come with us if they think that they can hold their own in the kind of combats we might run into. That may know about these things. If not, we'll go on our own and we'll look for it. I could do that tomorrow, so I'll do that. So let's finish our day.
Malachi, do you have any items that you need to learn the command words for?
Oh, that's a good idea. I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's good though. Wow.
Although it does leave me a little bit worried about the security of your circles.
Yeah. Shit, I didn't think about that. That is a good point. Do you think we should try and find out what happened to Georg? He's got something that belongs to me, and he died with it, or at least he was turned to stone with it. It's not a million miles away that we could find perhaps a scroll to turn him back if we ever did find him. Now, I'm not saying that I support turning him back and letting him loose in the world, but I wouldn't mind getting my sword back.
I mean, Georg died helping us. I wouldn't mind bringing him back in general.
Well, you didn't know him as well as I did, but...
Not right now. It's something that we should do, but not yet.
When things have settled down. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've got anything else to do right today, so... Tomorrow I'll swap out a dimension door for a project self.
Okay.
And a teleport for a teleport circle. Because I believe that if I just tell the dwarf to go to my circle, I can teleport him directly to me. Like, I don't think I need to be there because the circles like swap their contents, right?
Yes, they do swap their contents.
So I can not stand in mine and just be like, say, stand in the circle at 3 o'clock or whatever, and then I can cast it.
Ooh.
Or I can
Do you have to
walk
be inside of it to activate it?
No, I don't think so. Because the idea I was saying that I could transport materials like between them.
So you've basically set up the teleporters from Star Trek.
Essentially, yeah. But,
Contents of the current circle will switch with the contents of the other circles, which the wizard knows the keyword. Okay. Yeah, it's actually just keyword activated, so
yeah.
you don't need to cast it. Yes, you
No,
do
you do need to cast it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's fine then.
Okay, so I will finish drinking for the night and head to bed, and I'll do this when I wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm. All right. You guys can pass out. I don't think there's anything particularly important we need to say. It's fine. We'll just go to the next day.
Okay. So when I wake up then, I'll get dressed and stuff, and then I'll just sit on my chair in my study and cast Project Self to Roxas.
All right. You project yourself where in Roxas?
Just in front of the house of the Dwarf Lords or whatever it is. You know, the council of
City
the council of elders. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You find yourself standing before the council of elders, or before the building.
All right. Is the door open?
It is. And standing around, looking aghast, are a couple dozen dwarves. And you've just appeared out of thin air. And they're all looking at you.
I feel like I'm well known enough. I say, "Greetings, fellow dwarves. This is Malachi the Mage. I'm here to speak with the Elder Council."
There's lots of, can't you show up like appearing out of nowhere? Give someone a hurt. But they all sort of back out of your way and grumble at their surprise, trying to save face for being shocked at your arrival.
I keep a smile, but deep inside, I'm disgusted. And I walk into the town hall, and I always imagine this as like a nice marble floor, and it's like a circular room with all the dwarves like sat high up around the room. I don't know why. Is that what it's like?
I was thinking like a semicircle at the far end of the room.
Yes. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Yeah, but they're all kind of like sat raised upright.
Of course, they've got to be up above everything so that they can look down. If a human comes in, they can't be sitting below the human, right? So they're up on like a slightly higher platform.
So I walk in and I say, "Elder Council of Dwarves, it is your friend, Malachi, the Mage. Are you free to discuss?"
There's some other people standing around, like they're in the middle of a conversation. Okay. But
well, I went in. Okay, fine.
I mean, they're looking at you. A wizard has appeared on their doorstep out of thin air and walks on in. They're not about to be like, "Sorry, technically, it's this other guy's turn." You know, this is not an everyday event. They observe you, and some of them recognize you, and the lead dwarf says...
They should recognize me. I gave them a mithril set of chainmail.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The lead dwarf says, Malachi, what brings you here today?
My friend Van Helsing and I are about to head off to Lake Mysterium to search for these crystals, and I perchance wondered if there was one amongst you capable in combat who may be able to assist us in finding their location. Because we're no miners ourselves, and I don't know how well hidden these things are. I don't want to get lost down there for weeks. But it's dangerous, and I wouldn't bring just anyone.
They look to each other. Do you speak Dwarven? I can never remember.
No.
Okay, then they begin to chat amongst one another. There are fingers pointed at each other, hands, fists slamming on the ground in frustration, on the desk in frustration. Ooh.
Cowardly dwarves.
Is this the level 15 dwarf that we get in the party?
The chances of that happening. Well, if he does turn out to be level 50, we might as well go and kill the Shadow Dragon while we're there.
You just eat the level drain and just not care.
Yeah.
Still be higher level than us.
Right, after 10 minutes, I don't know how long your spell lasts. Does it last at least 10 minutes?
Oh, that's a good point. I think it lasts a while, but I'll check. I don't know if it's in my main list because it's a custom spell, right?
Oh, because it's in spells test. .php. Concentration duration. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you can easily sit there for 10 minutes. And at the end of it, the lead dwarf says, we can send you... You can take with you one of our experts. There are few among us who are both experts at mining and experts at combat.
Yes. I shall ensure his safety.
You will need to. We cannot afford to dismiss any of our great warriors right now. There are things on the move.
Is
we
it
need
worth
all the strength here?
Agreed. Why? What dangers threaten Roxas?
Creatures that have come from the mountains. Dragon, the blue dragon has been seen closer than before. Nothing has attacked us yet, but it is clear. Danger approaches.
I have other friends with a bone to pick with that blue dragon. What creatures from the mountains? Maybe once this is over, I can help you. But time presses on me too, for now.
Orakoras, stone giants, mountain giants. The occasional elemental has been seen too close to town.
These are things that I can deal with. Your expert. Is it possible if I can speak to him now? Perhaps he would be able to advise me and therefore not need to risk the journey himself. I'm not sure if this is the kind of knowledge that can be passed on or if he would need to see it himself.
A wave is done and a flurry of pattering feet indicates a runner has been sent to find this person.
I make small talk. Again, I guess I'll ask them more about the... Do you fear the giants will attack the town?
We have stood against them for a long time, and we are adept at fighting things too big for their own good. They may be problematic, but we have been here a long time, and we have no intention of leaving or surrendering our domain.
Good. I would expect nothing less. Well, if I can be of help in the future, I shall. I'm wondering if there's any way that I could give you a chance to alert me if the worst should happen. But I don't think it's possible. Unless you have a wizard of your own, which I don't believe you do.
Do not worry for us, Malachi the Mage.
Very well. Thank you. I shall wait for... I shall let you get back to your business, and I will wait for your expert to arrive.
Yeah. Who does
step backwards? Yeah.
Yeah. A few minutes later, the expert arrives, huffing and puffing, face red. He shows up, looks at you. You're sort of there, but also not really there. You're incorporeal and translucent.
I thought it was actually undistinguishable, but maybe I'm wrong about that.
Projects an incorporeal image of themselves somewhere they can see. Projection can see, speak, and
I would
hear
have
on
to
their path.
I have to clairvoyance it first. Sorry, I forgot about that
You got to clairvoyance it.
bit. Okay, so I guess he does know. So I say to him, my friend, what is your name? I am Malachi.
Dig.
Nice to meet you, Dig. I'm told that you're an expert in mining. Do you know of what we search in the Shadow Mountains by Lake Mysterium?
I'm told you need to find something deep underground, and you need a dwarf to find it.
That's right. Your elders informed me that that area is known for extremely large crystals that may also possess magical potential.
I don't know about no magic, but everyone knows of the great crystals in the mountains. Inaccessible. Dangerous.
I am to head there myself to look for these and to set up a teleportation circle so that your colleagues can begin excavating them. How difficult will it be for me to find them? I'm wondering if perhaps you could tell me how, or if maybe you could accompany me and search for them with us.
You can't just pass that on in a conversation. It takes a lifetime of research, of practice, of tasting the earth.
Yes, well then, I fear that you'll have to accompany me on my journey.
He shifts uncomfortably, but doesn't reject the offer.
Okay. Time is of the essence. Are you able to leave today?
He sort of like walks towards you as if he's trying to tell if you're really there or not.
I back away if he's going to touch me.
Okay. He'll stop at that point. Well, you're not here, are you? You're not really here.
I have a circle in town. I can bring you to my party from where we will set out. If you're ready to go. But you can have some time to prepare yourself if you need.
A week or two.
A week or two. Can you... Is that essential, a week or two? We are talking about the fate of Arcadia here. Can you make it quicker?
5 days.
I look to the council. Are they paying attention to this conversation?
Rapt attention. Everyone is focused on it.
What kind of read do I get on them? Do they seem to think that 5 days is reasonable?
Yeah, there is sort of a nodding of heads.
Okay, very well. Dig, when the sun rises in 5 days' time, you'll be at the circle in town. Understood?
What circle?
I'll show you, and I'll take him to the. I think it was like a room in this building.
It's the attic of an inn.
Okay, it's the attic of an inn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I take him to it and I say, "You need to be here at dawn in 5 days' time. Make sure that all of your possessions and yourself are within the circle, not crossing the boundaries."
There is a small gaggle of other dwarves who have arrived to watch where you guys are going. They stand about observing the circle, murmuring amongst themselves, and the dwarf like tentatively looks over it and looks back at you and goes, "Is it safe?"
As long as you're within the circle, it's safe.
He goes down and like sniffs at it and pokes the silver and gold. All right, I can do it.
Good. I will message you the day before to make sure that you're on course.
He seems confused, but nods in acceptance, acquiescence.
Okay. So I'm about to disappear, and I say, Dick, I thank you for your efforts in this, and I understand that the world you live in is very different to the world I live in, and you're not used to magic and the things that are possible. And I just want you to know that I understand your distrust of this whole thing, but I appreciate your bravery in this matter, and the whole world will thank you. And then I go to shake his hand, and as he touches my hand, I disappear.
All right.
Okay, I'll stand back up and find Van. Van, I spoke to the dwarves in Roxas. They're going to send someone, but it's going to take 5 days for him to get here, so we have more time for research or preparations. I was thinking that if we are to run into the dragon down there, perhaps there are some breath weapon scrolls that I could create that may help.
Well, we already have protection from breath weapon, don't we?
I've got protection from petrification. I think you can cast a spell to... I mean, we don't know that in game, though, that protection from negative energy is going to defend against its breath weapon, so I'm not sure that we can really say that. But
hold on. I think it's a scroll, Malachi.
You have a spell protection from negative energy that would stop its breath.
Oh, I do have that too, yeah.
Yeah. But
that one is helpful, but not as if we have something that we could use to create like an impenetrable barrier, that would be much more useful.
Yeah, let me see.
So its breath is negative energy, right? Is it ethereal in nature?
Oh, I suppose I do know, because it did use its breath weapon on me. So actually, I do know that it's negative energy. So I say that, yeah. It's
is negative energy ethereal in nature?
No.
No? Damn.
No.
That would have been very nice.
Where are the scrolls, Neal? Are they in the DMG?
Some of them are in the DMG, yeah. Which scrolls are you looking for? Some of them are custom.
Only the individual reading the scroll is protected. And it lasts 2d4 plus 4 rounds, so it's long enough for the battle, but we need 3 of them. 2 of them, sorry.
Yeah.
No, 3. Is Darth coming? Have you spoken to him about this?
I don't think we need Darth to go. I mean, Darth is what, like a 6th level fighter? I'm not going to throw him up against a Shadow Dragon.
Well, no, but we're not going to fight the Shadow Dragon. Maybe he wants to come along. Like
we can ask, yeah. I mean, otherwise he's just going to be sitting on his ass here in Bon Theris. Like, he has much else to do.
I think we should ask.
Either way, if we have 5 days, I have some more events that I can scry on.
Definitely, let's do that. But how long does it take to make these protection from breath weapon scrolls? Neal? Dragon breath scrolls. So, is it a week per scroll?
I have to look it up.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Scroll.
I think it's a day per level of the spell.
Inscribing the spell onto a scroll takes 1 day per spell level, while creating a protection scroll takes 1 full week of uninterrupted work.
Oh, I see.
So which scroll are you making?
Dragon breath protection.
Protection from dragon breath?
Yeah.
That would take a week.
Okay. So we're only taking 5 days, so I won't do that then.
We'll just have to rely on the negative energy protection.
Yeah, if it comes to that.
Yep.
Can I make scrolls of stone skin? Oh yeah, we've got the 2 other fighters with us, haven't we? Kel Lucio and Kel Bell, so actually we'll have quite a nice party. Can I create stone skin scrolls, Neal? How does that take? 1 day per spell level?
1 day per spell level?
Yeah, so 4 days.
So I'll make a stone skin scroll.
Oh, it's also hard to make. 4th level scrolls require like exotic components.
Yes, there is a difficulty in components with these sorts of things.
Yeah, 3rd level and below is the easy stuff to make.
Have you already made a scroll of protection from dragon breath?
No, but it might be in Falstaff's tomb how to make it.
Okay. Because there is some research that needs to be done if you have not created a scroll before.
Yeah, I think leaving that for now anyway.
There is no research required for spell scrolls or for protection scrolls that mirror spells available to them. Okay, never mind. So if you know how to cast anti-magic spell, you can create a scroll of protection from magic without performing any kind of research.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you will just need a material and a process. And Stone Skin is a 4th level spell?
Yeah.
That will require an exotic ingredient.
Yeah. So doing 3rd level and below is the easy stuff. So like I was talking with Neal about this, and the example I came up with was like a rare component would be griffin blood, where an exotic component would be like griffin blood willingly given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we have anything on hand that could act as such a thing? I don't think I necessarily do. have access to anything like that. But maybe Falstaff's got some lying around, something.
Okay, so a scroll of stone skin is going to require an exotic ingredient. I think for our purposes, we're gonna need some, maybe like a bit of an earth elemental, or maybe the scale of a steel dragon, something like that. And it's going to need an exotic aspect to it, like Sean said, maybe willingly given, or...
So the only thing I can think of is those stones that the dragon gave me that were that were from deep within the mountains, and I was having them stored in Yetel to make the portal eventually. Don't know if they would
Stones
work
the dragons
somewhere.
gave you? What stones?
So Balerion, I spoke to him as when we were trying to make the portal. I needed some sort of rocks that were very well grounded in this plane, and he had an earth elemental carry a bunch of stones, or it was an earth elemental and then it turned into a bunch of stones, and it's being stored in a warehouse in Yetel. So I don't know if that would work, but it's by the time I get to Yetel and get the stones, I'm not going to have the 4 days to make the scroll. So
No, yeah, you would need more than that. Things like a lock of a goddess's hair, or steel smelted from a fallen star, or an archmage's bones, or a faceted diamond never exposed to light. Those are the sorts of ingredients.
And archmage's bones, because I do have access to that.
Well, that's an example of an exotic ingredient. So in your case, you would need something more connected to earth or stone.
Yeah.
But something of that same, like, nigh impossible to recover.
The blood of the elder dwarves of Roxas.
Yeah, maybe something like that. The...
okay, I'm just going to... So I can make a 3rd level scroll without problem. Van, you do what you're going to do, and I'll look to see if there's anything. I'm just trying to protect the dwarf or something.
Yeah, I've been spending time... I don't have my spell list here, so I've been rebuilding my spell list from scratch.
Nice.
Which takes a long time in 2nd edition.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So take 2 of this. So I guess while Nick's working on his thing, I'm going to do another time pool here, Neal, because I have 5 days. Worth really 4, I guess, if I want to save my 5th day for the spells.
Okay.
Before we do the next, can we take a little break? I just need to visit the restaurant.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a short break, and when we come back, we will time pool and make some scrolls, and maybe go on an adventure. See you guys on the other side of a break. Bye-bye.